Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Knuckle Up Gaming, and in today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. So, I have been a big fan of the island. I love the island. I've been playing on the island for pretty much since the game came out. And the one thing that I love the most about the island, probably love the most about the island, is the caves. Now, the caves can be a fairly treacherous place, especially if you're a new player. If you've never gone into any of the caves, you're going to find that it can be very tricky if you don't know what you're getting into. So in today's video, we're going to start a mini series where I'm going to go through and explore every cave on the island. It is one of my favorite parts of the island. It's probably the reason that I keep coming back here, is because I love the cave system so much. So what we're going to be exploring today is the Chitin Cave. The Chitin Cave is actually on the map right around, I guess I would probably say like 4144, give or take, 4144, right at the base of the volcano, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to head over there. Now, what are you going to need to tackle the Chitin Cave? And by the way, the Chitin Cave gets its name because there's a lot of bugs in there. You're going to see araneos, you're going to see arthropluras, scorpions, things that give you chitin. So if you need chitin to build cementing paste, or if you have like some really good chitin blueprints, that's the place you're going to want to go on the island to get all the chitin that you need. So what are you going to need? First and foremost, if you look at my hotbar, right down there, you're going to see that I have med brews. Med brews are important if you're going to go anywhere where there's bats. Now, the ARK, they are a pain. Going into any place where there's ARK is a complete nightmare because they can give you mega rabies. Mega rabies, especially if you're in a tribe, is a nightmare to deal with. It is contagious. It lasts for, well, I think it's 90 seconds, and it does damage. It does a lot of damage. You can build yourself a lesser antidote, which, let me see here. I think I got that unlocked. I'm pretty sure that's a engram. Let me come over here. Let me take a look. A-N-T-I. Yep, lesser antidote. Okay, but the problem is it takes leech blood. And leech blood isn't exactly the easiest to come through, resource to come around, especially when you're brand new on the map. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to use med brews. Med brews are super easy to make. They're just tinto berries and narcotics, and you cook them up inside of a little cooking pot, and bam, you got yourself. You're not going to need too many. Getting mega rabies doesn't always happen. The next thing you're going to want to worry about is you're not going to want to wear your best gear. So if you look at here, I am using nothing but cloth. If you were to go in there with flat gear or ghillie gear or chitin or anything like that, the arthroplura in there, their spit attack is going to eat right through your armor. So you might as well just put that stuff away and just grab something you can repair on the go. Hence the cloth armor. And finally, the last thing you're probably going to want is you're going to want one of these guys, an otter. Otters are awesome, and they have some superpowers. I'm going to be covering them in one of my videos coming up. These guys right here are awesome. They have a couple of superpowers that work fantastically, especially in the caves. When you're wearing an otter, you actually have hyper and hypothermic insulation. So your lack of armor right there, your absolute lack of armor isn't going to be as prevalent because you're going to be protected from the hot and you're going to be protected from the cold. The other thing this guy does is it allows you to carry more than one artifact. You can actually carry multiple of the same artifact. So if you want to go farm that cave for all of the artifacts that you can get, you can put, he has 36 weight, so you can put 7 of that artifact in this guy's inventory. Plus, you can carry one on yourself. So you can carry 8 artifacts. You'll never really have to go back in there again on purpose, unless you're going back in there to farm something. So, what we're going to do is we're going to close up shop here. We're going to jump on Tennessee, and we are going to head over to the Chitin Cave, and I will bring you guys back as soon as I get over to the Chitin Cave. All right, here we are. We are back. Now, we are here at the Chitin Cave. This is the entrance. You'll find the Chitin Cave to be at, let's see here, 41.5, 46.9. If you look right up there, you're going to see the volcano. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. Today, we are going to be using the baryonyx. Now, you can actually take a thyla in here, but you kind of have to pot it and unpot it to get around this little corner right over here. All right, like it can't fit through this corner, but a baryonyx can. And also a megatherium. I use megatheriums a lot too because they're pretty wide and they're pretty chunky, and they'll actually block like a lot of the arthropleura spit attacks that'll destroy your armor. So let's go ahead and jump on the baryonyx. So you can get right through here, no problem. Bam. All right, so the first thing you're going to notice in this cave is, well, arthropleura spit apparently. What's up? Where you at? Get over here. Enemies just come out of the wall. Okay, so you can jump down there, or you can walk around. No reason to jump down. You don't find anything. You don't get anything. There's really no reason. And you're going to see there's going to be a lot of bats. Bats are the plague. They are annoying. So let's go ahead and kill these guys. Get out of here. The only thing that I don't like about the baryonyx in this case is that it eats fish meat. Now, once we get a little bit further in the cave, you're going to see that's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you need to do like some quick healing or something for any reason, it's going to be a little bit tougher because there's only one spot in here like where you can get some fish meat. But yeah, as you can see, the baryonyx, do pretty good. And the onyx, they can just be downright annoying, okay? Like, we didn't get mega rabies that time, so that's good. So what we're going to do is we are going to walk around here to the right, and you're going to see right away we got some Ranios, some Titanoboas, which, by the way, if you're getting ready to do a boss fight and you need some Titanoboa venom, there's a good spot to come and grab some too, because this is a pretty easy cave. We're going to come down here. Now, if you actually come back here, come back up to the top, and we decided instead of going right to go left, it's not going to matter. It's going to take you right back to the same position we were just in. So boom. So the first real decision you're going to have is right or left. And this turd on it came out of there. Okay. So just for teaching purposes, we are going to go to the left because you're going to notice right down here some ruins. And you're going to see there's an explorer note right there. So this is where you're going to find your first explorer note in this cave. And, oh, there's an onyx here in the wall. Let's get rid of this guy. I tell you, man, onyx are the bane. So annoying. So when we come to tame an onyx, this is probably actually where we're going to come because they're pretty easy to get to in here versus some of the other maps. There we go. Perfect. Now, you come over here, you hit that explorer note right there. So you're going to be kind of dumped into this room right here. Now, as you can see, there's a loot crate right there. But if you come over here and you turn right, you're going to see there's going to be another loot box or another explorer note right here. And sometimes right over here, there's spawns in a loot crate right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come forward. Let's take a look, make sure the area is safe. And it is not. So onyx. Perfect. Now I could jump off and grab that, but I'm going to leave it on here for just one moment. Now in this area, you're going to see sometimes this is if you get a Megalosaurus spawning in here. If you want to tame it, you can actually sit over here, sit up on one of these ledges, which by the way is and you can actually shoot it from over there. This is one of the other reasons that I like a baryonyx for this cave because you can pull a weapon off when you're on the back of it. You can do it with a thyla too, but it just makes it like easier. And plus, you can get some pretty good saddles for these guys. They can be pretty bulky and they can actually take a pretty good beating. So let's come back over here. As soon as I get off that little tiny lip. And let's show you what happens if you're to go to the right. So let's say you don't want to go to the explorer note. You can come right over here to the right. Now, a lot of the times you're going to find creatures coming out of the wall here, but we're getting pretty lucky right now. And guess what? Boom, right back to the same spot. Now, if you want to, you can actually... Okay, guy. So if you want to, you can actually tame up a dung beetle because they're all over the place here. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get off. Let's check out this loot crate. See what's in it. You're never gonna see anything super great, but you will get some cool things. Like for instance, bam, we have ourselves slightly more armor. But you can find blueprints down here for like journeyman slingshots and stuff like that, which for the beginning of the game you may or may not need. So this spot right here, same thing. You can go right or left. It's going to lead you back to the same exact spot. All right. Oh, and we got some scorpions coming from. Where you at, scorpions? Bam. Get out of here. Ah, perfect. All right. So our next decision is here. Do you want to go left or do you want to go right? Well, once again, we are going to go to the right. And you'll see there's some onyx over there. Let's get him over here. Once you aggro one onyx, a lot of times like the rest of them come. These things can be super annoying too. One of the reasons I actually really enjoy the thylacolios in here, the thylacolios, is they can actually jump. Now these can jump too, but the thylas, when they jump, they can actually hit the hit those onyx, and they actually have a bleed effect, so they do a little bit of damage over time. But you know, that's, I don't want to cryo it and uncryo it here just for teaching purposes. So you come around here to the right. A lot of times you're going to see snakes in here. You're going to see aranios. You're going to see scorpions, more onyx. But you're also going to see these guys right here. We'll go over a video with dung beetles in a little while, but for the most part, when you go to tame up a dung beetle, this is the cave you're going to want to go into. Now, right here, this water, it can be a little bit treacherous. Okay, so in this water, you can come across sarcos and you can come across megapiranhas. But also, as you can see down there, there's also, where'd you go? There you are. There's also a loot drop right down there. So we're actually going to go into the water and we're going to grab that loot drop. And I'm going to show you what that's about in a minute. So once you reach this chamber right here, yep, some snakes. What's up? I'm tired of these damn snakes in this damn cave. Alright. So you come around here, you're going to see there's the artifact right there. Super easy to get to. Now I'm going to backtrack a little bit and I'm going to show you what happens when you go the other way instead of going right. Because you can go to the left up here too. So if you remember, we were right here and we decided to go to the right. Well, let's go to the left and see what happens. See, sometimes you can also, right here, I found Megalosaurus hanging out right there, just sleeping, curled up against a rock. They're more scary than anything. But they can be powerhouses, and I'll go over them in a future video too. So here we are, right back in the same chamber. It's just a different way to get to the same chamber. Now there's the Arthropleura spit that I was telling you about. One of the reasons I like taking Megalotheriums in here is because they're bigger and they can actually block that spit with their body, and it just makes it so it saves your armor. So before we go into the water, what we're going to do is we're going to run around here and we're going to clear some of this other stuff out. Let's get rid of the riffraff. Lots and lots of scorpions. Get out of here, scorpion. God, turd. 145 turd. Of course, you always find high-level stuff in here, you know, scorpions and stuff, but nothing you're ever really going to want to tame. Unless you have a kibble farm, at which point then, yeah, taming scorpions. And plus, because they just did become breedable, I'm sure there's people out there doing some fun stuff with the scorpions. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back here to where we were in the beginning. I'm actually going to drop all this stuff. We don't need it. Alright, this is where we were. Now you'll see right across the way some more ruins, and there's going to be actually another explorer node. But before we go over there, let's come over here and turn right, because there's just a little bit more of this cave to explore. As you'll notice, stuff comes out of the walls too. It can be kind of annoying and kind of frustrating, but it's just part of the game. And also, I find you can come in here naked too, by the way. Like, you don't have to have gear on. But I find that you, generally speaking, you actually end up getting mega rabies a lot less when you actually have something on. Okay, so we're just walking around. That's pretty much the back end of the cave. You know, nothing to see here. And look, right there. There's the artifact. Boom. So what we're going to do, the area is safe. We just cleared it out. Oh, and here, right here is the other explorer node. Oh, that's the Uranio dossier. Take a look at that. Bam. Guess I already got that. Oh, super easy. Jump off. Grab the artifact. Now, this is what we brought our otter for. Okay, now note that the area is clear and is safe, because I don't want to just throw my otter off. I don't want him to get, I don't want him to get jacked. I don't want some turd to come in and jack him. So what we're going to do, just throw off our otter. Bam. He can hold as many artifacts as he has weight. Alright? So, as soon as this thing spawns back in, which should only be like a minute or two, we're going to grab another one, and then we're going to get out of this cave. But for the most part, Actually, while we're waiting for that one to come back, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you the water section. The water section over here, it can be fairly perilous because there's sarcos that's like to spawn. As you see, there's snakes too. Jack these snakes. Bam. Done. Let's come up here and let's hit that other one too. Just to be careful, like I'm just trying to miss the dung beetles. I just don't want to hit them. Now they're not like super powerful or super strong or nothing, but they do make a god-awful, terrifying noise when you hit them. And they come after you. Alright, so as soon as you come in the water, this can be a wee bit of a treacherous place. We are going to get surrounded by Mega Piranha, and there will probably be a Sarco that come from somewhere too. See? Look at that, Sarco. Right on cue. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh yeah, these guys can also do a roll. Get out of here. And these guys, when they do that roll, they can knock you right off your mount. It's just really, really annoying and frustrating. Alright, let's reload this guy, and we're going to head back down there. Not that we can really do it underwater. But as you'll see, Baryonyx did kill some of the fish. So as you'll see, he does get fish meat and everything. Let's get rid of all that, and let's come on down. As soon as we're on our way down, we're going to start getting bothered by Mega Piranha. It's an unfortunate part. But, like I said, Baryonyxes are cool. They have these abilities right here, like we can do that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jump off. We're going to come down here. We're going to hit this loot crate. Come on. Get up here. Mega Piranhas are super annoying. I should have put him on passive and just follow. But, you know, it is fun watching him kill Mega Piranhas, too. Oh, might as well do that. Oh, we got him. Alright, bam. Done. And as you'll see, this is spawned back in. Let's come over here. Let's grab ourselves another artifact. Now, as far as I know, I don't think anything ever spawns in here. I don't think there's ever anything that spawns in here. And once you go all the way down to the bottom, it's just the bottom. There's nothing in there. It just bottoms out. Nothing ever appears down there, at least not to my knowledge. Come on, Baryonyx. Alright. Fine, whatever. Come down here. Get over here. Get over here. Gotcha. But that little water section is exactly one of the reasons why I like this area for the Baryonyx. Now, like I said, you don't have to use the Baryonyx. In fact, right now, just to show you, you can also pull out the Megatherium. Megatheriums are cool because they also have special abilities of their own. And I'll cover them in a future video too. Because Megatheriums are one of the best ways to actually beat the Brood Mother. Come here, you. Come here, you. So, Megatheriums are cool. They'll actually be able to fit in here and everything just fine. And plus, once you start killing insects and stuff, you're going to get yourself that buff. So let me show you. See that red haze right there? He's got a buff. He's going to do a lot more damage, and he's going to start beasting anything that's in here. But because we cleared this area out, there really isn't a whole lot in there. I know there's going to be a couple dung beetles hanging out, but you know, for the most part, anything that's going to do any damage to us, we've already taken care of with Baryonyx. So to get out of here, it's the same way that you came in. Just come right out here, or you can go the other way, turn right. As you can see, we're already back in this room right here. You know, just to show you how awesome that is, bam, one hit, done. Look all that chitin these things get too. That's one of the reasons they call this the chitin cave too. Is if you get a Megatherium and you come down here, you will get gobs of chitin. It is the best way to get it. So if you're actually trying to make cementing paste and you're loading up your chemistry bench or your mortar and pestle with all kinds of chitin and stone, if you have yourself a Megatherium, you can come down here and you can actually just about, you can actually lock it. You can actually slot lock it. You can get so many stacks of chitin. These things are beasts. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure these can fit through here, if I remember right. No, maybe not. I thought these things could fit through here, but I guess not. Let's go you. Come back in, Megatherium. So anyway, that is the Chitin Cave. Super easy. No reason to be intimidated by anything in here. It's very easy. Come on. Come on, game. Quit doing this to me. There we go. It's super easy to do. And once again, those coordinates are going to be 41.5, 47.1. That's gonna be the entrance. But that's gonna wrap up my video today. If you guys liked it, feel free to check out some of my other content. I like doing videos on everything that actually existed in ARK. And I think coming up in the next video, I think I'm gonna go over the baryonyx just because of how awesome that creature is. All right, I will see you guys in the next one.